Welcome to Mama's Natural. I'm your host, Rusty Red. Why am I dressed up, you might ask? The rare moment I get to put on makeup and feel like a feminine woman is date night, which is not as rare these days. My husband and I are starting to now go out on a Friday night date night every week with new children coming into the picture and a young family. Everybody will tell you that having young children and having a baby puts a very much of a strain on the relationship between you and your spouse. And that is very much true. Because for the first year of your children's life, you as the mom are on such high demand all the time. It's very hard to get away, especially if you're breastfeeding. If you're doing formula, it's not as hard. Usually you can find a caretaker that can bottle feed them. But when you're solely breastfeeding, it's exceptionally hard to get out and away because you can't really expect that of a babysitter. So the first year is really difficult. The children have a lot of needs. They need to be close to mama, and that's very important. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just when you go into having a new baby, you and your spouse need to have talked it over and be prepared that for the first year, it's going to be a bit difficult, especially because your healing intimacy is going to be a little bit touch and go, and who knows how the sex life's going to be. For me, it took almost a year before I could comfortably be intimate in bed with my husband. So that was a difficult year for us. But if you can go into it prepared, knowing, okay, this is going to be rough, we just need to stick this out and just try to let things roll off our backs with each other a lot more than usual, you can usually get through it. And then you get to where we're at right now, where our daughter's just turned a year. She goes quite a bit between nursing. She's experimenting with solids, but not enough that she will accept substituting breastfeedings for solids. But she can go long enough between breastfeedings now that we can kind of get out, get a break, get a few hours to ourselves. So that is what we are doing tonight. We are taking some time. Here's hubby all dressed up. And we are dressed up. This is the first time I have worn makeup, I think, since Gabby's been born. I'm not really a big makeup wearer as a stay-at-home mom, and most of you, I'm sure, know what I'm talking about. But when you do, you just feel extra fabulous, and it's nice. It makes it a very special occasion that you get to go out with your husband, have some time away from the kids, and just reignite your relationship, reignite your passion for each other. And it is almost like starting over the courtship between you and your husband. And this is important, you guys, to get away from the kids and go be together and reignite your relationship, because after a year of struggling and being on demand so much and not being able to focus on your relationship, it can kind of take a stressful toll on you and your husband. And the kids are watching as they start to grow up and get a little older. My son is 3. He's super sharp and super on top of things, and he is aware of a lot more and understands a lot more than oftentimes we give him credit for. And he watches everything. So, if you look back to your childhood and ask yourself, what did I see with my parents? What did they demonstrate to me is what a husband and wife should look like? Was it a healthy example, or was it unhealthy? And setting a healthy example for your children starts with you genuinely spending time investing into each other again. You can't fake it for your children. Kids just know. They are like these super... No, they just know. They're like these all-knowing little beings. And so spending that time genuinely devoted to each other is so important. Go out on a date. For those of you men that might be watching, don't make it an all the time thing so that it's not a special occasion, but your children should see that you value your wife. You are more than just two people living in the same home, taking care of children, and on occasion fulfilling each other's physical needs. There is a genuine bond there that you value her, and that you women value your men. Show them that you know how to flirt with each other still. This is more than just the dating stage, especially if you have teenagers. It's important for them to see that you don't just go through this fun little flurry stage at the beginning, and then you look like this little old couple that just lives in the same house together, probably in separate beds. They need to see you holding hands, giving each other a pet kiss, giving each other hugs, and just engaging in each other genuinely. That is very important, and that starts with things like going out on a date night, dressing up, and just spending one-on-one time together, rediscovering who you are, because who you were when you dated is not who you are now as parents. You are a totally different person now and on a different role. There are still, yes, core things about you that are there, but there's so much new to you, and it's important for you to rediscover who you are as a couple with children. So I challenge you, go out, dress up, make yourself beautiful and fabulous, and men, dress up and look professional and like you are taking this date night very seriously and your woman seriously. And go invest in each other. Ask each other some fun questions that you might have asked on your first date, or maybe even reset the scene for your first date. Where was that at? Go back and rekindle that fire you had. So that is my challenge to you this week, is start making that a weekly thing for yourself and invest in your relationship. Like, subscribe, and in the comments below, let me know, what fun things do you guys do every week to work on your relationship now that you have children? How did you rekindle that fire for each other? We'll see you in the next video.